Implementation overview. How we set up the evaluation. Identify two similar ability Year 4 classes. Use the What Word Teachers platform to randomly allocate an intervention class and a control class. Complete the pre-assessment spelling test with both groups. The intervention class will use the spelling strategy and the control class will continue as normal with their normal approach. And then you will complete the post-assessment test with both groups again. At the end of the assessment, the data will be input into the platform, which will generate an impact report. And then if it proves to be successful, you can then open this up to the control class. So let's look at the planning. Step 1. Identify two similar ability classes to participate in the evaluation from the same year group. Step 2. Identify 50 challenging words from the National Curriculum Guidance. These will be introduced by 10 new spellings a week over 5 weeks. And then you'll select 20 of these words to use as the pre- and post-assessment task. Please note that the number of words depend on your school's expectations for the number of words taught per week. The minimum is 10, and this will create a list of 50 words over the 5 weeks, with the final week being a consolidation. Whilst we advise that you use the DFE spellings, you can use different spellings if these are from your school's existing schemes of work and you follow the same process. E.g., a minimum of 50 words are selected, with 20 of these words used for the pre- and post-assessment. Step 3. Using the trial wizard on the What Word Teachers platform, randomly assign classes to the intervention and control group. Implementation. Step 4. Complete the pre-assessment spelling test with both the intervention and control groups. Record the marks in the Excel tracker located in the resource folder and input these into the pre-test on the trial wizard. We do advise, as you're working with class data, for a second teacher to read out the scores while you input these into the platform. Step 5. For the intervention class, deliver the targeted intervention. Use your professional judgment to decide the frequency, whether this will be daily or weekly, and log this in the process evaluation. The control group will continue with business as usual for the duration of the trial. Step 6. Complete the post-assessment spelling test, which is the same as the pre, to both the intervention and the control groups. Record the marks in the Excel tracker, and then input this into the post-test on the trial wizard. If you then complete the process evaluation, and then click Analyze, it will generate an impact report for your school. So the intervention focuses on Year 4 pupils. It's delivered by a teacher. It can be set as homework. The teacher can decide the frequency. However, please just log this in the process evaluation, and each session will take approximately 10 minutes. The intervention is a Look, Say, Cover, Write check, which is a method of learning spelling where children study a word, say the word aloud clearly, pay attention to the spelling, cover it up with a piece of paper or the hand, write the spelling next to the original word, check their version to see if they got it right, and then write the correct spelling again if necessary. This version of the strategy emphasizes reading and saying the word aloud to help connect the written and spoken word. So how to select the spellings. The DFE National Curriculum includes guidance on the expected spellings for Year 4. Please use this to create a list of 50 words that you will select for the intervention. If you already have your spellings decided in your scheme, these align with the DFE, this is fine. Each week, the learners will practice at least 10 new spellings using the Look, Say, Cover, Write check strategy. In the resource folder, you will find a template. You will also find a one-page guidance on the assessment, as well as FAQs on questions that are often asked. You'll also find a tracking spreadsheet, which allows you to link an anonymous user to the platform. Key considerations. Logistical issues need to be considered before using a targeted spelling strategy as an intervention. So is there suitable time for the delivery? Will you have reminders of this set as homework? Can you print any templates in advance of the sessions? And will you link this to any rewards? So logistical barriers are common in any intervention delivered in schools, so it's just important to consider these prior to starting. Finally, the assessment. The outcome measure is attainment as defined by the pre- and post-assessment spelling test. The assessment is marked out of 20 and is the same for both the pre and the post assessment. As both the control and intervention groups receive the same assessment, familiarity with this assessment should not bias the effect size. And so final guidance, complete the assessment under test conditions, allow approximately 10 to 15 minutes for the assessment, and you provide an example of the word in the sentence for each spelling, and then record your pre and post assessment scores on your tracking spreadsheet and then input them into the platform. So that's the end of your guidance. The next thing to do is to download your research protocol, the resource folder, and then start your trial wizard.